At Collège La Cité, like at many other higher education institutions, we realized that we had a bit of an issue with student retention. So what we looked at is we looked at when do we identify students at risk, and how are we intervening. So what we did is that we actually put in the STEM SAVOIR. So SAVOIR is basically a learning analytic tool that is integrated directly into Brightspace. What it does is that it pulls two types of data. Quantitative, so assessments from day one to midterm, so how students are doing in terms of their results, and also qualitative data. So we're asking faculty to give information on their observation in the classroom, so behavioral. It really relies on the professional judgment of faculty. So this is how it works. Just to let you know, on the home page, there's a little widget here that reminds faculty when to feed the data. There's two, typically our semester at La Cité are 15 weeks. There are two moments where they'll feed some data, week 3 and week 6. We figured that week 3 is actually early enough to be able to intervene and have an impact on student retention. And also, it's late enough to be able to have observed enough behavior in the classroom to be able to have an opinion. So how faculty will feed the data, they'll go into their grade book. So we did that so that faculty would not feel as though they're have to learn a new tool. So the two columns of engagement 1, week 3, engagement 2, week 6, are directly built into the grade book. Also, what it'll do is that it will look at the midterm depending on the different evaluations. So that's how the quantitative data will be fed in. This is what they will do. They will then select week 3 or week 6, grade all. And then these are the choices. So our savoir is based basically on traffic lights. Red, there's really a risk of disengagement or risk in terms of retention here. Yellow, possible risk for students. And green, everything is fine. And it's based really on behavioral observations. So for example, participation. The students have their course material. That's a good indicator. If by week 3 they still didn't buy the textbook, they might not be that engaged in the course. Also, sometimes there have already been some assessment. So have they completed the assessment? You could even go and look at user progress and see have they actually looked at the material. Then we look at are they coming to class? And also, are they late for class? That can also be an indicator. And behavioral in terms of are they texting? Are they sleeping during the class? Are they actually interacting positively with their peers? So these type of behavior are actually, you can flag them as red, being really problematic, or yellow, something to keep in mind, and green if everything's green. This information is actually given to students. So what it'll do is it'll tell students this is what faculty is actually observing in the classroom. So often what will happen is that they will actually go and see faculty and ask them a little bit more information about why they were flagged red or why they were flagged yellow. It gives the opportunity for faculty also to intervene. What's important to know is that this data is actually also fed into an interface that will allow program coordinators, to see how students do overall. So they will actually be flagged red, yellow, or green according to how they're doing overall in all their classes. And then intervention can be directly directed at those type of observation. So they might be given some extra resources, they might be asked to meet with the coordinators, but there will be an intervention for those that are flagged red. It's important also to just mention that often we don't give positive reinforcement. This system allows also not only to flag those that might have issues, but also to tell the students that are doing well that they are doing well, and that has impact.